Hi, it's Pat Gillis here. I remember when I was a little kid, I was sort of horse crazy, as you might guess. And I remember my parents, they didn't know what to do with me. And so they tried to find a place for me to ride. And they to their credit, I mean, that they even tried, they had no idea about horses at all. And so they ended up taking me to, it was a pretty awful place, I must say. And again, my folks didn't know any better. I didn't know any better. And I remember, the first little horse that I fell in love with, his name was Gregory, and he was this cute little thing, and he was just as gentle and sweet as could be, and I got to ride him all the time, and I just loved him. But one day, the gentleman who owned the place, I came into the barn, and he was whacking Gregory with this big stick thing, like a crop, I guess, or something. It was, I don't know what it was, this leather thing, and I remember hearing all this clattering, and Gregory was running backwards from this guy, and he, was whacking him. And oh my God, I thought I was going to throw up. I was so upset. And I remember him saying to me, you know, you have to keep him in check, or you have to, it was necessary, you can't get the upper hand. I forget what the heck he said to me. And I remember thinking to myself, maybe I don't want to ride anymore. Like maybe if that's what this requires, because, I didn't know anything. That guy, I hadn't even been alive as long as that guy had been working with horses. So I wasn't in a place to argue with him, but it just seemed so unfair to me. And I thought, if that's what it takes, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. I mean, I think if I found a place like that now, I mean, I wouldn't even have to get any further than the bottom of the driveway to figure out what kind of a horrible place it was. But, not as a complete beginner, not as a little kid. And my parents didn't know any better, and neither did I. And somebody asked me the other day why I sort of reserve so much energy for beginner riders, teaching beginners riders. And that childhood experience has a lot to do with it. I got lucky later in my life, in my youth, and I found really great mentors who showed me there was a better and kinder, gentler way to handle horses. And I just want everybody to know that. In fact, I decided 35 years ago that I wanted everybody who comes through these doors, to not get fooled into mistreating horses. I don't want them to ever support a place that puts them in dangerous or unsafe situations, and I especially don't want them to ever support a place that tries to tell them that treating horses roughly or unfairly is somehow okay or acceptable. It's part of why in our curriculum at the school, like, so much of our energy goes into information that I think you need to know before you even put your foot in the stirrup. And frankly, for beginner riders, especially adults, I find that learning a little bit about your partner before you even get on his back, it makes it exponentially more fun, safer, and a lot of times it goes quicker too. The online course that we created about a year ago, it covers a lot of the stuff that we teach at the school. And I've had a lot of people tell me from all walks of life that they've really enjoyed watching it. Some people tell me that they like to watch it in their fuzzy slippers while they're sipping wine. And they learn a lot about horses from the comfort of their own home before they even get on the horse. And a lot of them tell me that when they finally do get on, they felt safer, more confident, everything about working with the horses. But the feedback that means the most to me is the people I've heard from that tell me that the information they learned in my online course showed them how to make better choices when it came time to pick a place to ride. As a horse lover, that just makes my day. The more we know, the more we can look out for horses, and the more we can likely avoid the circumstances that I got stuck in when I first started to ride. It's better for us, and ultimately, it's better for our wonderful horses. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon, and remember to thank your horse.